as a Springbok fan, I'm irritated with that performance. Irritated with the fact that in the first opportunity that the Springboks got, entry into the 22 of the All Blacks in the biggest game of the year, the biggest game since the 2023 Rugby World Cup, the Springboks go and do a midfield lineout. First opportunity they get to score points, a midfield lineout. Really? That's what it's come to? Surely there's more than that. That's two opportunities, half opportunities that the All Blacks get, and they score. Clinical. That's what you want from your team going into one of the biggest games of the year, one of the biggest games since the Rugby World Cup 2023 final. And on the other hand, you've got the Springboks, the first opportunity they get in the 22, a line out, a midfield line out. Tupavai comes in, disrupts it, knock on. What? Is it arrogance? Is it we think we're that much better than you that a midfield lineout is our first option or point of attack when we get an opportunity in this big, massive game that you go to a midfield lineout? Are you serious? Are you serious? Am I crazy? What are you getting from a midfield lineout? I think they've just got into the 22, so they're 22 meters out. The maul from a normal lineout has been shocking for the Springboks. They go for a midfield lineout. What are you going to do from a midfield lineout against the All Blacks? Like, it blows my mind. What is going? Guys, and I posted it on Instagram. I said, if the Springboks ever do another midfield lineout, I will no longer be a rugby fan, because that is not innovation, my ass. That is not rugby. What the? And well done to the All Blacks. Defended their asses off. Well done to the All Blacks. Over to the Springboks. I wrote you a story of missed opportunities and poor execution. Missed opportunities and poor execution. Lineout is a problem. Our lineout was a problem. So let's go do a midfield lineout and lose that as well. Yeah, the midfield lineout sucks. It's the worst thing ever thought of. Oh, it worked for Paul Roos, my old school at under 14C. I think that's the team who did it. It worked there. It doesn't work at international level. Oh, the attack was one-dimensional, one-out runners. And not executing their plays at all. Let's talk about entries into the 22. The first time they enter into the 22, midfield lineout, get the ball turned over. The second time they enter into the 22, they go for a grubber kick in behind. Damien Dallander grubber kicks. There was 3 players waiting at the back there of All Blacks to collect that ball. The third time they enter the 22, knock on from Grant Williams off the lineout. Then the next time they get an entry into the 22, free kick giveaway at a lineout because they're taking too long for their call. They go into the second half. Next time they enter in the second half, ball held up over the line. Again after that, obstruction off the back of a lineout. That's 5 or 6 times entering into the 22 and just not executing or turning the ball over. Poor execution. Giving the ball back, not good enough. Not good enough. In these big games where it's fine margins, you only get small opportunities to score points. That's 5 or 6 times the Springboks entered into the All Blacks 22 and coughed the ball up, gave the ball back. No cohesion, no timing on their plays. Basics just non-existent, not good at all. And to think that Springboks only lost by 7 points, that's probably the positive to take out of this, is that they were so poor on their execution of plays, but they still only lost by 7 points. They still found ways to get back into the game, like that scrum to set up Malcolm Marks' try. That scrum was, holy, where was that all game? Quagga Smith picked it up off the back of it, goes close, and then Malcolm Marks scores there. Huge effort as well to get back into it for Reinach to score his try, just physical, manning up. But the game was lost already, let's be honest. The game was lost. I'm still shocked about that midfield lineout. I don't know if I mentioned it enough in this video. Am I crazy? The first opportunity you get in the biggest game of the year, the biggest game, and I've said this already, but I'm going to say it again, the biggest game since the World Cup final 2023, the first entry into the 22, you do a midfield line out. Come on. Like I said, very one-dimensional on attack. It looked like, apart from the forwards coming around the corner and taking one-out runs, getting met defensively by the All Blacks, there was not much else. There wasn't much else. The backs didn't know. Andre Pollard didn't have his best game as well because he was also trying a lot. He's looking up. There's no one there. Throws the ball out into row F at one point. No one running onto the ball. Damien Dallender tried his ass off. No one else helping him out. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not much. Not good enough. Like I said, is it arrogance to do stuff like that midfield line out, and then to miss 5 or 6 other opportunities to score points when you enter the 22 after that? Questions need to be asked. Questions need to be answered. It's not only the players now. Now you start looking at the coaches. I don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction here, right? Because we know Rassie, what he's done and what he's doing. Well, we don't really know what he's doing. We know what he's done. But moving forward, things have to change. Everyone knows now how to play against the Springboks. They're going to kick if you can win the aerial battle, if you can disrupt their line out, if you can match them physically and just hold out, you're probably going to win the game. That's what it seems like now. And again, it is 1 versus 2, so I'm not taking anything away from the All Blacks. They fully deserve this game. Fantastic. And just dismantled this Springbok team, right? We saw how the Wallabies done it as well. This year, 2025, has not been good for the Springboks at all. The best game they had was versus Barbarians, who were on the piss for 2 weeks leading up to the game. Things need to change. Questions need to be asked and answered. Again, the one positive the Springboks can take out of this is they had that many entries into the 22. They played that poorly, or their execution was that bad, but they only lost by 7 points. That's it. There's no other, I don't see any other positives coming out of that game.